Hey guys, before this one I just wanted to say I usually write these out and I haven't had time to really do that, so this is going to be pretty much just improv, so I just still hope it's good. And also, the art in here is not mine because I haven't had time to draw anything for these, even though I usually do because of school and everything. I still wanted to get a video out because it's been a long time, so yeah, I will start that in a second. Virgil woke up. He was a little confused. He usually slept in Roman's room, but he wasn't in there. It was kind of strange, but he shrugged it off. Maybe he had fallen asleep in his own room. But Roman wasn't next to him, like he usually was, and that was also a bit strange. It wasn't like him, but Virgil wasn't going to jump to any conclusions. Roman, well, he was a little out there, as everyone knew him knew, and, well, he didn't ever know what to expect. So he got up and slipped on some slippers, but he looked at the nightstand, and his ring was gone. The ring that he always wore. It was a little strange, even more so. He raised a brow. He didn't really know where it was. He couldn't really remember. Maybe he had fallen asleep in Roman's room and he just brought him here for some reason. So he pulled up his hood and walked out of the room. He was going to walk to Roman's room and see if he had just left it on his nightstand, like he usually did. But Roman wasn't in his room either. He walked down the stairs and Logan was in his normal armchair, reading a book and everything. Patton was in the kitchen, making breakfast, as he usually did. Roman was nowhere to be seen, still. So he cleared his throat. Hey, Logan? You know where Roman is? Logan looked up from his book. I do not know. Is there any particular reason you would want to see him? He was a bit confused. Virgil found that also strange. But he just blamed it on the morning brain. It was something that actually happened to him quite often. Yeah, I couldn't find my ring, and, I wasn't where I thought I was last night, and it was just a little weird, and I don't know, maybe he's just doing something. Logan looked at him kind of confused, not really understanding. Virgil just shrugged and walked into the kitchen. Maybe Patton would know where Roman was. Hey, Pat. Oh, yeah? You're up really early. I didn't even need to call you down. I'm usually up this early because Roman always wakes up really early. Patton stood there for a second. He looked confused, too. Virgil was, well, very beyond confused. He didn't really know what was going on, but he just walked back up the stairs. Maybe he just could find his ring on his own. He walked into Roman's room, and, well, it was different. A lot of his stuff wasn't in there that he had moved over the past few years in there. He raised a brow again and looked in the closet. His hoodies were gone. His ring definitely wasn't on the nightstand. It looked like Roman's old setup for his room. Wait a second. He walked back out the door. He was set on finding Roman now. He went to the bottom of the stairs where a door led to the opening of the imagination. He really needed somebody to ask what was going on. He walked in, and yeah, definitely the old imagination setup. Everything was as it was before. There was gold everywhere. Everything was quite simple, actually. It was nostalgic in a way, but also very concerning because he didn't really know what to do. It seemed that no one remembered the things they were. Was it all a dream? Had he just had a long, really complex dream? It was really weird. He thought it probably about 100 times as he walked through the entire castle looking for Roman. Still. He walked through and he heard a familiar chuckle. "Hey, Virgie, what you doing in here? You never come to our place anymore." He turned around. He was, well, it was definitely something up. Remus was wearing his old outfit. So, yeah. He mumbled to himself. Was I teleported to the past or something? Remus didn't hear him say that, but he didn't want him to anyway. "I'm looking for Roman." Remus shrugged. "Of course you are." He pointed to the next room with his mace and poofed into nothing. Virgil walked over, and he found Roman. He was sparring with some creature, probably something that Remus had summoned. "Hey, Roman." Roman looked over. Hey, Virgil. What are you doing in here?" The creature disappeared, so maybe it wasn't Remus's doing. "I was looking for you, actually." Roman was a bit surprised. Virgil could see it. "Okay, what do you need?" Well, I woke up and you weren't there, and I can't find my ring, and everybody's acting weird, but you probably don't even know what I'm talking about, because everything's like it was before, and I'm probably confusing you," and Roman stopped him. "Okay, I have no idea what you are talking about, but, have you asked Patton about any of this?" "Yeah, and he doesn't know anything either." "Strange, very strange. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you are talking about either. Did you ask Logan? I thought you never wore rings. I've never seen you wear one before. What are you talking about?" "Oh, it's just, never mind. I'll go back to my room now. I need to think about some stuff." He walked back to his room, leaving Roman there, fairly confused, just like everybody else. He laid down on his bed, not knowing what else to do. He really didn't need this right now. He took some deep breaths to keep his thoughts in order, but he just was getting a little worried. What if it all was a dream? What if he couldn't get back if it wasn't? What if he was stuck here to live through all of it again? It was not a refreshing thought. He strolled over to his closet and looked for his favorite hoodie, which, surprise, surprise, was not there. And he sighed. Maybe he would just have to wear something else for now. He didn't feel like doing much because, well, what could he do? None of the others knew about anything that he did, and he didn't want to risk spilling anything. So he just put on a random hoodie that he found on the floor and just rolled up in a blanket and sat there for a few hours. Patton came into the room to see if he wanted breakfast, but he just didn't feel like eating. Maybe in a few years, or never. Looked at his hand. He missed his ring. He missed Roman. But he couldn't really say much about it, because as he knew right now, they both were quite in spite of each other. Always against each other. Always yelling at each other and things like that to annoy Logan. He just sat there. Maybe deceit could help him? No, he couldn't do that. Deceit was still technically a dark side to them, and, well, he didn't think that would go over too well. So he just, continued to sit there. Until he didn't. He could feel it. Raising anxiety. A huge level of it. But it wasn't coming from him. which means it definitely wasn't coming from Thomas. He left the room in search of it. It wasn't from Patton. He seemed fairly happy as he was looking through a scrapbook on the couch, and he figured Logan was working in his room, and the feeling definitely wasn't coming from Logan's room.
So he went to the only other person it could be coming from, Roman. He walked to his room. Definitely was coming from there, though he wasn't really sure why. He hadn't felt this much anxiety from Roman before that often, and it was pretty strange. Man, he needed to find a better word to describe this experience. He knocked on the door lightly because he didn't really know what to do. He waited. There was no answer, which he kind of expected. He didn't really answer the door when stuff like this happened to him either. He pushed the door open. He expected to see Roman crying or just really stressed about something. He didn't expect to see Roman not there, but just a puddle of blood on the floor. He covered his mouth with his hand in shock. He looked around. Roman's bathroom door was closed. That's probably where he was. He walked to the door and knocked again. This time he did get an answer, but yeah, it wasn't very comforting of an answer. Hello? He could tell that Roman's voice was shaking. Hey, it's me. I was looking for you and there's blood on the floor. Are you okay? Roman was quiet for a minute. Yeah, I'm fine. I just cut myself while sharpening my sword. In your room? Virgil shook his head. Is something going on? Roman was quiet. Tell me or I'm breaking the freaking door right now. Still no answer. That's it. I'm gonna come in. 1, 2. The door burst open. Roman was against the other side, clutching his arm. You could already tell that blood was soaking through his white get-up. Oh my God, what happened to your hand? Virgil asked, rushing towards him. It's nothing, really. I'm just gonna bandage it up and stuff, so... Roman, let me see it. No, dude, I told you, it's fine. Roman, show me your hand. Roman sat there for a second. He didn't move. I'm sorry. And with that, he disappeared. Okay, sorry about the quality for this one. Like I said, I usually write things for this, but I did not have time. I really hope that the next one I can actually get back up to the normal quality of these. And I just hope it was good filler for now. And I probably will draw one for the next one as well. The Halloween one probably will not happen because it's, way past the timing for that. I might just change it to like a Christmas party one for later. And I hope it's good. And if you want me to actually write something to continue this, because I know it left off as a cliffhanger, I will do that. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.